All right, so before I got cut off on the end, I was trying to tell you, me and my homeboy, we was talking to this dude, and the book he was reading was talking about not wanting nothing. Don't want for anything. What that's speaking to is in your mind, you're gonna need stuff in life. We already know, like the normal shit you're gonna need, but things outside of yourself, you shouldn't put a particular energy on just to want things completely, like always want this or want that. I gotta do this, I gotta do that. Like, you don't have to be in that mindset. That mindset is damaging because you're gonna constantly stay on the outlook of outside yourself, trying to commandeer a circumstance to get you further in life when everything you need is inside of you. Whether that's learning something, whether that's, you know what I'm saying, putting energy to create some new shit, everything is inside of you. And that's going to be hard for people to understand. Try to practice not wanting anything and watch how much more will gravitate to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, the idea is to build your magnetism. The friction inside, going inside you, is what's going to build your magnetism. So, like, focusing inward. I mean, you can be an entity for other processes. Your fiat energy, your body, your frequency can be used to serve other things, and there is things that come with that. That's if that's what you want to be for yourself. Nobody's saying nothing. I'm talking to people who deal in universal understanding, who deal in divine knowledge, who are seeking, who's on the path. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that your choice of free will allows you to do whatever you see fit. There's nothing wrong with that. But ultimately, that's going to keep you in a cycle because you're not gonna hit all the walls and get that understanding that you need deemable for one's perception. You're gonna always be at the whim of somebody else's understanding. And ain't nothing wrong with that. That's if that's what you choose. But why would I put a person in front of me? I remember when I was young, I would say straight up, nah, I ain't what I'm doing this. You can rock with me or don't rock with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a form of cockiness in a sense, but you got to be confident in yourself enough to move through the next levels that you're dealing with. You know, I don't expect I don't expect people to get it. I don't expect it. You know what I'm saying? I don't expect people to understand, overstand, and understand. Not yet. Because it's not about you having that affection for me. It's about you having that for yourself. So most of the time, you know what I'm saying, you gonna fail. Because the idea is to grow past what you think you know about yourself. So therefore, you can add this other thing that you never was into your vessel. Why you think you start out little? Because it's halfway, like it's small. So you start out with a little bit, so therefore you can go through so many different washes as you grow to your fuller size. And then after you fill it up with the understanding, you can pass on. You can arc that energy over to another creation, whether that be beneficial for you or detrimental. But there are universal concepts. The concept of universal understanding is how it's laid. It doesn't have to be explained. You know what I'm saying? You got two polarities that need to learn to come together in that form. And how are you going to go about doing that? Whether that's you working with yourself to rise to your highest understanding, or you working with your counterpart to get that bond or that togetherness that's supposed to be deemable by the universe. It's always going to be outside sources that's going to play that role, but your strength comes from you being aware of you having character awareness. The divine made this thing beautiful, man. Respect. The divine made it beautiful. He didn't make no mistakes. We just gonna go crazy in our own head until we ultimately understand, and overstand what's actually taking place. It's going to drive you crazy. It's going to drive you up the motherfucking wall, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to be like, I don't know. And that's okay, because that's a level of energy that you have within yourself that you are once going to switch from that side and go to this side. And you got millions of people out here in the world that's going to constantly try to take advantage of the fact that you just don't know who the fuck you is. So they're going to tell you shit just to make sure you migrate towards that understanding, because they can't satisfy that awareness within themselves. So they seek control. When you can't control you, you got to control things around you to feel comfortable. This is what I'm telling you. When you can't control yourself, you got to seek to control things around you. It's the contrast. It's the contrast, yo. It's just as simple as that. When you can't control yourself and your character understanding, you have to control the outcome. That's by default. You know, you can wish and pray that things don't go a certain way, but that's the class. It's almost like, you know, that kid that came to class and he didn't study none the month. He ain't studied none the month, ain't listened, joked around in class, but here come that test. That test hit the desk. Nigga looking around. I ain't doing this shit. Looking around. Trying to cheat off somebody's paper. Don't understand none of the answers he copying, but he's still taking them down. You can't cheat in life, though. You can't copy nobody. You can't copy respect. Shout out to Smack. But you can't copy another person's energy, because your perception is dialed to a certain mathematical number and frequency. So even if you try to copy somebody's steez, it's not going to be yours. It's going to look like you got on big clothes. You know what I'm saying? You can't be nobody but who you is. And it's always going to make you fall on your face. This is why the learning aspect is so righteous in its own aspect. Like, it's so righteous because you get a chance to stop and learn from you. You can watch your patterns. All that. Like, you are... The individual person is the most magnificent thing that ever stepped foot on this plane of existence. Because you got a time to sit down and watch your senses vibe to your circumstance. You get a chance to feel your heartbeat, pick up energies. You get a chance to feel the water in the air and how it runs across your body, and you feel this particular strength that will guide you. So it's not about just knowing that you have these senses. It's about learning how to feel them as you vibe through existence. Do you feel yourself? Can you understand you? Like, do you vibe with yourself? You don't vibe with yourself, you definitely ain't gonna vibe with nobody else. A lot of people used to tell me when I was younger, yo, you give out too much love. No, that's who I am. I'm made in the image of the divine. The divine creates with unconditional love. Eventually, I'm going to balance out these scales so fly. my magnetar going to be Naga. You know what I mean? Something to look forward to. Respect. How wonderful this sun is right now, the warmth. Oh man, it feels like springtime. Being able to slow down. If you can slow down and look at the daisies, if you can slow down and feel the breeze, you can slow down and watch a sunset or a sunrise. You can slow down and deal with certain things in particular. It doesn't matter what nobody say about you, because everybody gonna always, listen, this world is built off people not being able to have self-understanding for themselves. So they will control the narrative just to make you look a certain way, just to make you feel weak. It doesn't matter what you said, because you know why? Ain't nobody else heard what you said. It don't matter, because ain't nobody else seen what you did. So when people speaking on you, be mindful of listening to that shit, because they have to speak about another entity over than they self. Like they ain't out here living too. How are you living? Are you speaking about what you did, or are you speaking about what that person not doing for you? See, this control thing that we deal with in the world is fucked up. Everybody got something to say, but you don't want to say nothing about you. I want to see how long that work out for you. But you'll know when the ones getting it, because they start kicking up dirt, start kicking up that dust, they start going fast, like yo, they smoking right now. Yo, what you doing? Shit just took off. What happened? Yeah. Respect. I ain't gonna even hold you. I just wanted to tap in one more time. You know what I mean? But just know, don't be out here worrying about everything. Worry about you. Study you. Put the fear down and study who you are. How you feel when you move between these different polarities. What it look like. Your facial expressions, your characteristics. Fill yourself up with those cups and dump them out and put more in, so therefore you can broaden your own personal horizon. Watch how far you go. Watch how far you go. I promise you, the divine don't make no mistakes. We do. Be your teacher and your student. Naga.